Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Imperfect Peace. This is episode 4 of season 3. All right, y'all, come on in. Let's get it. Right, y'all. Welcome in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time for us to welcome in our ancestors. I know y'all got y'all tea light candle. Y'all cannot be sitting down watching us. If you're driving, I understand. You know what I'm saying? You just listening to us vibing or whatever. We get it. But if you home and stuff, come on, light your tea light candle. Let your ancestors in and enjoy the, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the episode. All right. So you got yours?
Yep.
All right. Let's go.
What color is yours?
Mine is blue.
Ooh.
My favorite color, teal.
I do have some color tea lights. I never use them.
And it smells amazing too.
Ooh, scented.
It smells so good. All right, so we have welcomed you in. We've welcomed our ancestors in. So it's time to get down to business. And getting down to business means happy hour. So let's get going with happy hour. All right, sis, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go first because I struggled. I struggled with this one. But I haven't really, had a lot going on this week or whatever. But it, after talking to sis, I, really have been kind of reflecting a little bit about it, and I'm just grateful for like having clientele in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for business flourishing. I'm grateful for more downloads and stuff. Just having a deeper connection with my ancestors and my spirit guides. And I realized that the more connected I am with them, and the more in tune I am with, our connection and deepening our connection, the more that, my business and things flourish. So, I've always known that, but just to like really see it and see my like money tree growing, it's tea. So that's going to be my happy hour. I'm just really glad that, I can connect to my ancestors and my spirit guides the way that we do, and we can make it do what it do.
Right. That is wonderful. Yes, I love it for you because I've always told you that you are an inspiration to me.
Oh, thank you, sis.
Always have been, because you have been doing your thing for a while. So never downplay what you're doing. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right. My happy hour is also having to do with my business. Your girl is making another branch. We're doing an apothecary because in my little bitty town in North Carolina, there's nothing here. I have to go to Charlotte, Fayetteville, Greensboro, all over the world just to get some daggone herbs. And I'm like, what in the world? So
really?
I got all these herbs. I decided, like, why not add that to my thing? And also, like, people around here they're getting more into it because, I'm from the South. I know y'all can tell.
Yes,
I'm Bible Belt. Yeah, so I'm excited to be I got good reactions on my posts and everything, so I'm ready. That is my
hour. I've been seeing your posts, girl, and your blends and how you've been educating people on them. I'm really excited about it. I've been telling you for a while now because you've been talking about it for a minute. So I'm so excited that it's here.
Me too.
All right. So definitely cheers to you, girlfriend.
Cheers to you. Cheers to both of us.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Ooh, child.
Right.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I was talking about our blossoming spiritual careers or whatever you want to call it. It's about to be the new year.
Yes, spring is here. When you said blossoming, I was like, oh yes, spring is here. Spring is here. The new year is officially here. Y'all do y'all spring cleaning?
I've already started. I have to do it day by day.
Girl, I've been cleaning. Remember I told you I was off the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I got back in here from visiting sis. And when I tell you I've been in this joint cleaning, okay? Cleaning and cleaning. I mean, window sills, everything, okay? Mm-hmm. And even had the windows up. And now it's 20-something degrees outside now, right? Oh. Had some of the windows up, smudging. I'm going through the house again tonight. And I got my Palo Santo. And I'm going back through it because I'm in the middle of a ritual. So,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's we gotta finish putting that together too. Speaking of that, so.
So we gotta prepare. But spring is here, and I don't think that many people realize that's where spring cleaning came from. It came from our ancestors getting ready for the new year, but they didn't want to give us credit for, it being the new year and, they had to do their January 1st shit, which was cool. That's fine, but they had to bite off of us with, the cleaning for the new year. I don't know how many white people do the cleaning for the, I'm not in that.
I don't know either.
So I don't know if they do the cleaning for the new year for January 1st or whatever. And we always end up doing it too. Because it's other stuff that we got going on, and that's what I was about to say. And it's tradition too. But we also make sure we do it for spring, and we get ready to bring in new blessings. That's what it's all about. What if you cannot? We've learned, and we have been taught, and it has been drilled in us over and over and over again. You cannot bring in your blessings and your manifestations in a dirty and cluttered house. They don't know where to go. Okay. Your house has to be clean, fresh. It has to be a welcoming energy for them to feel like, they can come through and chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Free flowing.
Exactly. So I'm ready. You ready?
Yes. I'm excited.
I am too.
Excited because I got a lot of things.
Yes.
Especially with my inventory. So it's like, while I'm organizing this, I'm also going to be manifesting. Mm-hmm. While I'm cleaning, I am manifesting. I'm thinking about how this space that I'm organizing is going to be a space in a building one day.
Oh, yes.
So,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that is something that y'all can do when y'all cleaning. Don't just think of it as cleaning, like you are manifesting whatever it is that you want in your place. Like, I also need renovations in my house. So while I'm cleaning, if I'm seeing some stuff, I'm like, that's okay, because we're going to get this fixed. Let me go ahead and clean it. So, yeah, in my mind, it's brand new. In my
that's
mind,
right. And that's how you bring it to you.
Fixed, everything is done.
That's how you bring it to you. Which also kind of aligns with the other point, the word. It aligns with what we were about to talk about as well tonight, which is being in alignment, right? And so, that all kinds of go hand in hand. So we're gonna take our time with what we're talking about tonight. But the spring cleaning and just welcoming new energy, and like sis said, like it's all about the energy, right? So even if you don't like cleaning, right, and it's something that you don't want to do, it's something that you just dread doing or whatever. Like sis said, you look at stuff and you manifest while doing it, right? But not only that, if you really don't like it, the way you can also lift your spirits and stuff is playing music and singing while you're doing it. Because most of the time, you start singing, you start jamming, you start, working. And just like that, you're done. You don't really realize that. I ain't gonna say just like that. You think if you clean like we do, but you know what I'm saying. It makes it more tolerable. You know what I'm saying. And so it makes the time go by, and it brings up the vibrations. It increases the frequency. You know what I'm saying? And so it puts you on a higher vibration, higher frequency. And so that's another way to kind of transmute that energy. So if y'all are looking for ways to like really like transmute the energy of, oh my gosh, I cannot stand cleaning, I don't want to do this, there you go.
Yep. And don't forget, after you clean, what are we doing? We're lighting candles, maybe some incense, because we are clearing the energy. Hey, you definitely would get the palo, like sis said, and open up the windows, get that energy going. Actually, you should probably have, depending on how deep you're cleaning, you might want to have the windows open while you're cleaning.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're doing floor wash and things like that too.
I totally agree.
So that is also something that you could do at this time for your spring cleaning. Floor washes, wall washes, like all those things.
Yes, it's not too late. It's just spring is just the beginning. So definitely make sure that you are cleaning and you're cleansing. You're cleansing not only yourself, but your house. I mean, not only your house, but yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you're making sure that you are purifying all of the energy that is around you and you know that you are engulfed in, because I mean, you don't want to just cleanse the house and then you still full of mess and stuff. So you know, this is a good time for spiritual baths and things like that. So
I just got to download that. We're doing a bath for our.
Oh yeah, we're definitely doing.
Yeah, we're doing a bath. Like that's literally. It was like, yeah, y'all doing one.
So, and that's crazy. And this is how you know we're in alignment, because you know what I'm saying. Like I was just talking about spiritual. He was like, yeah, I got download. We were doing this.
Yeah,
I got that download
out of my head. Like, I
got that download like a couple days ago when I started cleaning. It was like, yeah, you know, you're doing the. And I even asked, because I was like, am I supposed to, because I was doing some work last night, and I was like, am I supposed to do a spiritual bath with these herbs? Because I did a release situation last night or whatever. And so I did a divination, and it was like, no, not this time. And I was like, not this time. That means I'm gonna be doing it soon, but I don't know. And then he was like, yeah, we're doing one. So I was like, okay, yep. Definitely. So sounds good to me.
And they're giving me downloads of what it's gonna be, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah. So. Definitely. Okay. Yes. And you know, we feel kind of free to talk about it, because by the time y'all see it, it's gonna be done with. It's already gonna be out there. So you know, we don't like put our stuff out there like prematurely before all that good stuff, unless you know we're letting you guys in on certain things. Like we said that we were going to be doing the moon rituals, so that's something that we're going to be letting you guys in on. Matter of fact, sis has a full moon ritual coming up. So make sure you guys look out for that. Get in on that if you want to get in on a full moon ritual. I'm about to start back doing
full moon.
Yeah, I was actually the ritual that I did for this new moon, I was actually thinking about doing for the full moon for the collective, and my ancestors was like, nah, that's not for them. So I have one that I'm cultivating now for them for that moon, but I was like, sis is doing this. I don't want to step on no toes. So yeah,
I don't. Your ritual, sis. You know it's.
Huh?
You know you can do your ritual,
girl. Oh,
all good.
I don't know. So we will see. We shall see, because you know. But definitely make sure y'all go check out Sis's ritual. For the full moon, get in on that. And if I'm not mistaken, it's free, ain't it?
It is.
Exactly.
It is
exactly. So make sure
she's not giving out free rituals. Because she, look, like I said, she got clientele and whatnot. I'm still doing my service to the community.
I might give out a couple of them, but this one ain't gonna be the free one, because this one is very potent. This one is very potent, so I'm not. And the thing too is
when you was like, when you use the word cultivate, I was like, oh yeah, she better be on this.
You know me. You know me when it comes to these rituals now.
Yes.
But with this one, I think the way that I'm going to allow people to participate, it's not going to be the way that I normally have done it, where I gave them the, ingredients and let them do, whatever. I think this one is going to be, I put everything together and you just put your name in it. Type, because it's gonna be very intricate, and I don't want people to be like, I don't know, yeah. So I don't want people to be all confused and confronted and stuff.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll understand the process of being put in the ritual, because some people expect to be doing something themselves most of the time, especially when they don't know
that part. And that's another thing that I'm afraid of. I don't want somebody who don't know what they're doing to be messing themselves up, or something go wrong. And
been there, done that.
Yeah, so we've had it where we've had cohorts of people that have done our rituals, and
we
had to be very patient, huh?
Yes, very, very patient.
So that's why I was just like, I don't know if this one is the right one. Just to be
it's right there. It's right there.
So yeah, but I'm really excited about spring, and really, really being in proper alignment with everything that I'm trying to manifest. Speaking of being in alignment, what is alignment, sis?
So being in alignment, because that's the brand, be aligned.
That's why I asked you.
Yes, it is. First of all, listening, being obedient. When that little voice in your head tells you what to do, 9 times out of 10, it's spirit in some form or fashion, or your ancestors. If you are in tune, you'll know who you're speaking to. But being in alignment is always being obedient, first and foremost. Regardless of if you understand the why behind it, because most of the time, we're not going to understand the why behind it immediately. Because what's the saying? Hindsight is 20/20.
Right.
So being in alignment is just following in your purpose. And a lot of ways that we've learned how to follow our purpose is through our natal chart. Finding out like the numerology that goes along with your birthday. All those things can help you get into alignment so that you can know your strengths and your weaknesses, because everybody doesn't know that right off gate, because everybody's not in tune with themselves. So once you start learning that and you get more in tune with yourself, the alignment will start to come within, because you're learning yourself. And that's where we also come in with the chakra work. I am a big believer in chakra work. That is what my business is based off of. So meditating, being consistent.
Definitely being consistent.
Yes. So follow your heart, what you want to do.
So definitely being in tune with yourself is being in proper alignment. The art of being in alignment is not easy, to be honest with you. It takes work. It takes patience. It takes healing. That's another thing. People could always say, "Oh, I'm in alignment," or "We in alignment." We may have, similarities and stuff, but I wouldn't always say that. I don't use the term "we're in alignment" with a lot of people, because I'm not necessarily
use that with y'all.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So like you can have the same, I was like, yeah, we had the same train of thought, or great minds. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that, but I won't say, oh yeah, we're in alignment, because we're not. You know what I mean? So, and the thing, and why I say it like that is because you never know where somebody is in their life. And I don't want to be like, oh yeah, we're in alignment and we're on the same frequency. And then that causes the universe to be like, oh, you're, or you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to knock me off my, exactly. So You know what I mean? So that's why I'm very careful with the word, especially alignment. Alignment is also like when the way that you know that you are aligned, like sis was talking about, is when you allow your spirit guides, and you'll figure out who you're referring to or who you're talking to when you really get into practice or whatever. But when you are, it's a natural allowing them to like naturally guide you. Really order that's what it means to order your steps, right? When you feel like some people, the drastic example that I can give you is when people be like, you know what, I just decided to just quit my job and just go follow my dream. And I didn't have a dime to my name. I just went for it. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's being in proper alignment. That's listening to, some people say listening to your gut. It can be, but it's really following that inner guidance, right? It's also, and another way that you know that you're in alignment is when things just come easy. Like the things that you're trying to manifest, they just really just flow to you, just comes easy. It's just effortless, like, right? Also, when you just have pure joy, just out of nowhere, even when things are like going, like looking crazy. Okay. Like when I say looking crazy, you ain't got no money in the bank and you still just walking around like you got $1 million in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Just gleeful, you know what I'm saying? And there's like, people be like, yo, you just be in your own little world. Like, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, to be ducked off and tucked away and really finding yourself is usually when people find proper alignment, and usually when they get into alignment. So, I mean, alignment, girl, we can talk about this forever.
Yes. So we can share some examples. My whole past 6-month journey has been literally putting me in alignment with where I am supposed to be, because I always know that I wanted to work with children, but things just kept happening.
Yeah.
And the things that happened around what time did the start to hit the fan? October. We already know what goes down in October.
Yep.
So Spirit was revving me up to
they was tearing you up. They had you every which way but loose, girl. They sure did.
Tear me up, sis. Like I was struggling mentally. I was struggling so bad. And when I decided to quit teaching, you remember when I looked in the birthday cards? You know I do that every year.
Mm-hmm.
It said exactly what I did. That's one alignment. Yep. Being obedient. I knew I was about to take a pay cut. And then the job I was going to go to started having trouble. And that was like looking crazy. You remember I told you about the drama that happened there? So it was like, I was shook. I told y'all, I was like, y'all, what the is I had to but I was like, I don't know what's going to happen right now.
Yeah.
But I stayed the course. But that book, the birthday cards, if y'all, get the book, it's well worth it. Getting one of my Ace of Clubs. And so it said that I was going to have a change in career, and I was going to lose some money, and it was going to have to deal with one of my siblings. And if you see this, Sissy, I'm sorry, but she wasn't able to pay me back some money, but I'm just saying in alignment, I'm not feeling no type of way about it, but it just showed that it was in alignment. I was going to lose some money by, for one, changing my job, and it was having some trouble. And then my sibling owing me money, and that's what happened. And I'm like, y'all better get into it. Get into the things of the numerology, all that stuff, because you will see, it will literally tell you what is going to happen. And if you see it coming, you can better prepare and move with the shift easier, because it's not always easy. Like, y'all, I was struggling.
So, yeah, and we were praying for her whole time. Like, she was just
alignment and now we here. Okay,
so it could be rough getting into alignment. Yeah, you just heard sister's testimony. Okay, it can be a rough situation. I'll tell my little rough situation, how I knew I was in alignment though. I had a whole fire, and I kept dreaming about it though. Like, before it happened, I kept dreaming about it. And I knew that, my house needed some repairs and some things. And I was working on, like, really doing research, trying to find contractors and things, trying to get people in here, to do stuff. And Spirit was like, that's not what's going to happen. And I'm just sitting here like, what? No, like, no. And I'm scared to death, because I'm thinking I'm going to die in this little fire or whatever. And I ended up walking right into a burning building. Like, and spiritually, that has a whole different meaning, because I came out different. I really did. And so I really feel like I had to be in proper alignment for me to, number one, for them to start the fire while I wasn't here, while my son wasn't here. It was just like the kind of perfect scenario for it to happen. And then number two, for my dog to make it out. Number three, for me to make it out after I'm walking directly into a burning building. But the way that I came out so different, so changed or whatever. And so I really feel like I had to really be in proper alignment for me to walk in there. And it's kind of like our previous mentor, she was like, girl, you was fire baptized. I was like, I didn't even think about it like that until you said that. And so to be baptized by the water is something, it's definitely something, but to be baptized by the fire and come out like unscathed. And when I tell you, it's all around you, but it's just, you just in this bubble, and you feel the heat, but nothing's touching you. And so that's just like when you were talking about your breakfast and bowls, how it was raining and there was just y'all heard it, but you didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? And you could see it all around you, but you just did not feel it. And so it's just one of those things, like, the way the elements, it's crazy the way the elements respond to us.
Yes.
And so, but you got to be in alignment to really realize, the beauty in certain things. You got to be in alignment to realize that that's what's happening. Because if you're not in alignment too, like, you could, like, the rain would have definitely fell on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all wasn't doing, it would have crashed the whole situation.
Yeah.
So, with you guys being in proper alignment, it just, the elements was just like, nah, let them do them, And so that's when you got to be in tune with nature too, because nature will open things up for you, and nature will protect you, and nature will really like nourish you. You know what I'm saying? So in many ways, right? So, being in alignment is more than just, bringing in manifestations and stuff like that, and meditating. It's actually being in tune with all of God's creation, all of life, everything that breathes, everything that, has energy.
Loving everything that has energy, because a lot of people, they'll want to be in alignment, but here you are throwing trash out your car window, or, I don't know, flicking your cigarettes or whatever outside, throwing your trash. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff like that. And it's like, no, you have to love everything. You have to take care of the earth, because we are here. If you're not taking care of her, she's not taking care of you.
Just like and that's how we got all of this global warming and all that good stuff. Like we hip to it all. I mean, people will call us earthy girls. Spiritual girls. We have so many nicknames to us. Earthy girls. What else? Like but to this conversation, earthy girls, right? And so Yeah, we are earthy girls. We do stuff like we touch trees and literally get energy from the trees and get the stories from the trees. Like trees will tell you their stories just by but you got to have that alignment with, the trees.
We was in Atlanta and the trees was talking to me.
That's what I'm saying. When the trees be talking.
Yes.
So, but being that connected is it's not as easy as I guess the way we talk about it. Cause I mean, we talk about it because we experience it. We're very advanced. You know what I mean? So this just gives you something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Especially as somebody that's a beginner that's coming out and really tapping into their spirituality. Like this really gives you something to, look forward to. Yeah. So why don't we, I got an idea. Why don't we talk about people who are famous that we know that we're living like literally in proper alignment? Wanna do that?
Okay. Ooh, yes.
I think that could be really, really fun. All right. Yeah. So I'll go first. So I really think, Iyanla Vanzant is really living within her purpose. She was one of those people that, we studied from her book, even though we hated it, but we still learned a lot about, spirituality, stuff about ATRs and really how to have a real code of ethics when it came to spirituality and things like that. Because what a lot of people don't know is that there is a spiritual code of ethics, right? And so I think Iyanla is living within her purpose. She's teaching people, number one, how to grow within their own spirituality, within their own journeys. But, those who are not self-sufficient and self-starters and can really do it on our own, she is also there to hold people's hands and to counsel and to really get people like on the right track. So I think Iyanla is somebody who is, and she's an E5 priestess. So I really feel like she is someone who is living within her purpose, within alignment, proper alignment.
In alignment, yes. Okay, so I got to bring up my girl, Cardi. I believe that Cardi is living in alignment because Cardi has personality. She went from loving hip hop to selling out tours. She had one album.
She's got a hairline coming out.
She got she's a very entertaining person. I love her personality. Yeah. Like, and I wish my mama would have stayed in the Bronx because we probably would have been friends because that's where I was born.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like she started off and she grind. Like you could see her grind. Like she works and then she continues to be a bomb-ass mom. Like yes. I love that about her. I love that she's a good mom and she does her thing. Like no matter if she's not making music, she's always making moves to do better, to make her coin, to do something. And what we talked about
is Mercury still in retrograde?
Probably. Or we in the shadow phase. I don't know.
Something going on. But yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But Ochosi, she's, and then she, she's being more out with her spirituality.
Yeah.
And so, for me personally, I know when I wasn't really out there with my spirituality, I wasn't really getting those blessings because my ancestors was like, girl, you gotta like, if you want this, you gotta love us in every space.
Don't hide us.
You have to honor us in every space and stop worrying about what people are gonna say. And when I started doing that, shit started to pop off. So I believe that's what's happening for her. She really got into her bag. She got rid of that negative energy. Mm-hmm. And she had a little fumble.
Right.
But she didn't let that shit stop her.
Exactly.
She didn't let it stop her. And you know, people gonna talk junk. Yeah, you got a newborn. Why you going on tour? Well, honey, if I had the money to pay for a nanny, you wouldn't be able to tell me to sit down nowhere.
I'd be working too, exactly.
Yeah. And my kids will be right there with the nanny, but I'll be working. Because that's what she does. She has her family be like, but anyway, that's not what that's about. Anyway, I believe that she is truly in alignment because she keeps on flourishing no matter how her setbacks, she keeps on going and she knows what she's supposed to.
I agree. Okay, so the next person that I think is in proper alignment with their purpose, and the thing about this person is they've had 2 lives so far that they have literally been in proper alignment with, but it's Keith Lee. Keith Lee was a fighter. He was, I think, MMA fighter at one point, and he was killing it out there in the ring. And then he sat in that damn Paw Patrol chair and in front of that Paw Patrol table, and he started doing food reviews. And he's one of the biggest names just out here, period. And he's one of the biggest humanitarians out here. And I say the proof that Keith is really in alignment is the tendernism situation, where he brought light to the fact that, number one, Unc was not really in association in any way financially with Destination Smokehouse. And they were basically using Unc, and how that whole situation blew up and unfolded. But now that Unc is, he owns the trademark to tendernism, and he's doing his own thing. He's on TV shows and doing interviews and stuff now. And so when you are in proper alignment and you're living within your purpose spills over, and it really, allows other people to become raised up their frequency, and that can put them in proper alignment. And it just, it just flows into other people that's around you. And so Keith Lee is definitely one person that I feel like is in way in alignment with his purpose and what he was sent here to do this lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was trying to think about somebody, but because when I'm thinking about celebrities, I'm not really thinking about where they are spiritually. Honestly, I'm just there for the tea.
I know that's right.
Let's see. I'm not really sure because it really seemed like they all be on some mess. But I was thinking about Angela White. We also talked about her when we talked about our mother wounds. Mm-hmm. I do believe that she is walking in her purpose now because she's truly loving herself. She's gotten those fillers out. She's gotten those that Baphomet tattoo off of her. And everybody has their own interpretation of the Baphomet, whatever. It's neither here nor there, but I feel like once she really put that action to what she wanted to do, it really started to show, and you can tell she's so happy. I think she looks so much better without that stuff. And she just looks so happy, like you can
healthy.
Tell that, yes, happy and healthy. Even though she is smaller than what she was, you can tell she's healthy. And she's enjoying life. So I truly believe, and that is also another reason why she's not going to let her mama bother her, because we did get that in the reading. Because she's moving in her purpose and she knows what she's supposed to do.
Exactly. Yes. All right, I got another heavy hitter right here. Okay. And the reason why I really feel like we all know that he always lived his purpose, lived within his, lived being in total alignment. And I'm talking from childhood until death. I think you know who I'm about to say. Mr. Michael Jackson. Okay. He is a legend, an icon, an energy that transcends generations. I mean, you have babies today that if you put on a Michael Jackson song, they will rock out. Most of them will get hooked on Michael. His voice, his cadence, his energy. You can tell that he was in such alignment with his highest self and his genius. Like, he was a pure genius in his music. And his energy, when I say his energy transcends generations, I mean, it's remarkable. There needs to be a real study that people do, or scientists do. Somebody has to do, a sociologist, somebody has to do a study to where they can figure out why Michael's music just lives the way it does, and children of young age are hooked. So
my niece is 5 and has loved him for years at this point, and she's only 5.
When I tell you, I thought I was going to have to do a Michael Jackson bedroom for my child when he was growing up, because and it was so crazy because I was the same way. I was a fanatic. Bad was my album, and that's I'm telling my age here, but and I will never forget, my brother signed the CD cover, and I swear it was Michael's signature. You could not tell me that was not Michael. He was so proud of himself. You could not tell me that was not Michael's signature. Girl, I just knew I had Michael Jackson sign my bad CD. Okay, so I think that I'm gonna have to go with Michael Jackson for my next one.
Yes, definitely Michael. So I got another female, Miss Beyonce. I definitely believe she is in her purpose. She just does her thing, regardless of, anybody in Hollywood got rumors, mess, drama. But
girl,
she's doing it since what? 9? Whatever, however.
Before then.
Yeah, like forever.
Okay, now I got a question for you, and this is going to take the conversation in just a different direction, just real quick. Okay, knowing that Beyonce is a spiritual girly, Beyonce practices E5, and also knowing that Iyanla is a spiritual girly and she practices E5, do you think that magic had anything to do with now I can't even ask that, because of course you can use magic to put yourself in proper alignments, the self-love, the rituals that you can do for that. So do you believe, and that's why I say, that's why I put that kind of disclaimer out there, because I don't want people to think they're doing X, Y, and Z.
Right. That's the first thing people go to.
But it has been said that they have gone there. But do you think that they have used spiritual work to put themselves in alignment?
I absolutely do, because why not?
And Cardi, I didn't mean to omit Cardi. Cardi also.
Oh yeah, that's
she's an open spiritual girly,
because she's like Cardi, pictures of her altars in the back. I mean, we already know Solange. So she don't care. She shows her stuff. Beyonce did the whole, Black is King. I love that so much. Yeah, I mean, because the thing people don't even understand is that when you are in alignment, you ain't even really gotta do that much.
Yep, it just comes to
you. Ain't even gonna do all that. I mean, yeah, it helps. You can boost it along, but when you're truly in alignment, you can light a tea light with sprinkle something on there and say.
You even really got to sprinkle nothing on it. You just a prayer.
You really ain't even got to do that. Yep. So, yeah, like alignment plus spiritual support.
Yes, definitely support for your spiritual community. There's a circle there. There's a coven there. Okay. Absolutely. AKA sister circle. So okay, definitely Beyonce though. Okay, I have another one. Damn, did I just lose it though? Oh, I think I just lost it. Oh no, I didn't, because I kind of think she does it. Okay, so another sidebar. because we be talking about the celebrity gossip and stuff, sis. Okay, another sidebar. So, sis, have you heard about the Miss Tina's gumbo making people sick?
Miss Tina done put some juju.
So they try to say Miss Tina is a Luke Owl.
Yes, that's what they were saying. I mean, they have always said that she looks, you know, she gives the look. And, you know, sometimes they say you can't have a look, but we have looks. If you look at me, you know what I'm into. Okay. If you see me on a day that I'm dressed in the thing, you know, you can tell what kind of person I am. You can tell what I'm into. And I feel like she gives that.
When we have our
she don't dress in black for nothing. I'm sorry. I just don't, you know, she just has the look. I believe it. And she's from Louisiana. And it's not to say it's a bad thing because, you know, we all do our thing. But what she do with that gumbo?
Sis, I don't know. And they said it stinks too.
I've been watching.
It was dark.
But some of it was light. It was different. See, I was watching people, you know, my YouTube people that I love, and they was, you know, going over the TikToks and stuff, and people was going off about it. It was, some of it looked one kind of way, and it was all different.
Yes.
So
that's how I was like, ooh, different sidebar. But okay, back on topic. That's why I lost it, because that's where my mind ended up going with the Miss Tina's.
It's giving next topic for me. It's giving next topic for me. So I'll make sure I remember that.
No, go ahead, because you know, we good.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's giving, we can talk about energy harvesting. Because,
oh, girl. Because we kind of touched on it when we talked about Cardi and her concert.
Yeah, and you remember that concert that I missed?
Which concert?
The Jhené Aiko concert.
Yes.
Which was like some crazy fluke.
Yep.
In that, and I was so angry. So yeah, it's like,
yeah.
He told me like it's probably not, you know, we can talk about that.
So when honestly too, and this touches on what she was just saying, that it was a fluke, but I don't think it was a fluke. Right. So when you have ultra sensitive people like us, sometimes we can't be in certain atmospheres, right? And sometimes we can be in certain crowds and stuff, but there's certain people who are performing that we kind of might have to watch and be careful how we engage in those type of audiences. Jhené Aiko, and I talked about her last week. I talked about her. Anyway, that's my girl. I love her, but we'll harvest the fuck out of her out of the energy of the audience when she goes on tour. Okay, don't think for a second she's not. I mean, even when but the thing too is she gives balance. She gives reciprocity because she plays her sound bowls, and that omits energy to her audience. So it's not like she's just taking. She's also giving. So she has a balance there. Yeah. She's got a balance going on there. How okay, so who else would you say would do the energy harvesting? Like how, you know? Travis Scott definitely energy harvest that.
Kanye West.
Oh yes. Because his shit be like super dark and yeah.
Remember that one that he had Marilyn Manson there, and people was like crashing out over it? Like that was some dark ass shit.
Yeah. He definitely does that. He definitely does energy harvesting. That Travis Scott concert where people died. That was definitely, and he had a portal and it was red. That was energy harvesting. Like
I went down so many rabbit holes.
Me too, girl.
Yeah. And that is how people like that get into alignment. Mm-hmm. They harvest other people's energy.
Yeah.
Because they don't have enough of their own.
Right. They're not necessarily that spiritually in tune and spiritually inclined that they can do that on their own.
Yeah, they're being used as a vessel because they're mentally weak for the most part.
Or they have a debt to pay.
That's part. But why do you have a debt to pay? Because your dumb ass made the agreement.
Exactly. So
yeah.
There's that.
Right.
But yeah.
On about things like that. Cause boy, we don't say some stuff.
So the craziest energy harvesting that everybody is learning about is from J.E. Jeffrey Epstein. That was some wild and them nasty people.
I don't really know exactly what the files say because I feel like
I have not read them for myself. I will not read them for myself.
Yeah,
I will not put myself in that space. Yeah, I will not.
I can't. Like I can't even watch people fight. Like I don't want to read.
It makes it does something inside. I can't. It builds anxiety with.
Like I'm feeling it right now just thinking about it for real.
Yeah, but them that whole elite group.
It's disgusting. Like your babies, kids, like.
But that just goes to show how we just kind of gave the examples of how big the spectrum can be as far as like energy harvesting. You can have somebody like Janae Aiko who has a balance where she's getting just as much as she's giving just as much as she's receiving as far as the energy. So she has a balance. Yeah. You have Beyonce who, she does energy harvesting. Then you have the people a little more on the darker side, like you have your Kanye West that is a little dark, but Kanye hasn't gone as far as like death. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the energy harvesting, you got Travis Scott,
or
we don't know.
I mean, because
but another one who energy harvest, but also made deals that he couldn't pay and is now paying for now. Diddy. That very first event that he had, that basketball event where 19 people were killed because they were ambushed and ran over. That was the very first incident of his energy harvesting where he realized that elevated him. And so that started a thirst for blood as well. So,
And then apparently he had a little that man, that guy, that was his person, his work, his person, his worker, whatever his position was, I can't remember. But he was there for a long time.
You talking about Farnsworth Bentley?
No. I'm
about to say, I didn't think Bentley was his nigga.
No, it was the guy that was from the beginning. And then when he said when he started doing more drugs, that
yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Kicked him to the curb.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he started paying him and everything.
Right. And it was rumors that they was actually lovers.
Right.
And they say that's how another way that they harvest energy is through acting.
Yeah.
And that's why they like to do it with the children, because the younger the energy, the better.
Yep.
Hence why he likes young girls.
And young boys.
Yeah.
Meek Mill was a young boy when he got to. Okay.
Video just flashed. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot with that guy.
Oh man.
That's a lot. Yeah, these people. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's probably a good thing I've never been to one.
So another form of energy harvesting that I don't think people realize is a form of energy harvesting is when, and I hate to bring it up like this, but when people get scammed. Like people like Peach what is it, Peach McIntyre?
Peach McIntyre. Mm-hmm.
So some of the stuff that she be selling and stuff, like her ebook and stuff, she energy harvests because she also energy harvests by making people talk about her the way that they do on social media. She also energy harvests by always making CPS come out to see her. That boosts her ego. I don't know if people can see how it boosts her ego, because every time CPS is called, none of the kids are taken, and it's just like a ha in your face. It boosts her ego. It's one of those toxic ass things where, you know how you have these toxic ass people who thrive off of toxicity. That's one of the ways. She very much so energy harvests, especially off of negative energy.
It's a lot of people on social media doing that.
Dia Whisperer.
Oh gosh, that and the moms that constantly record their kids being disrespectful, like or the ones like they're recording their kids gorging out on unhealthy food, because you know the negative comments are gonna come. And not only are you exploiting your child and harvesting their energy, you're taking the energy of these people leaving these comments, because you know they're going to get angry because what you're doing is not okay, or what your child is doing is not okay.
But you know, the perfect example of that too is Grit Baby. Have you seen?
I don't know if I've heard of it, but you know, I've been on the scroll hiatus.
Girl.
And so
Grip Baby did Grip. I haven't seen Grip lately. I haven't seen Grip for a couple months. But when the way she went viral was, it was, I'm not the what is it? I'm not the such and such theta. I'm the such and such. I'm not the fifth theta. I'm the such and such. But all the kids got like kind of speech impediments and shit. Mm-hmm. So the last one, who was the oldest one, she was like, I'm is the such and such. And everybody was making fun of like each child or whatever. Yeah. But that's how she got on with her kids or whatever. And since then, shit, they be making the wrong people famous, man. That lady got issues, okay?
They really do. I'm like, come on.
That lady got issues. She still got an addiction and everything. Like, it's just. And then she be yelling at the people who don't be giving her gifts and stuff, and don't be sending nothing to her Cash App. Man,
something like that. I think I might have seen something like that. Y'all ain't gonna send me no Cash Apps.
Yep, exactly. That's her. Girl, she crazy.
That is wild, because you on the internet as cussing me out because I won't send you my money. You think
a lot of them do? A lot of them do that.
And then they still be sending it because what?
But you know, that's the thing. That's energy harvesting that we talking about. Because those battles, those TikTok battles, those are energy harvesting.
I have taught them, and I'm like, why are y'all doing this? Why is this?
I don't get it.
First of all, but like, what?
I don't get it. But it's a lot of money in it, apparently. But I just don't. I don't understand it.
They send them gifts like crazy.
I know.
But yeah, it is.
And then
like
it's another,
because they want to see you going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
And it's another streaming that people give gifts and stuff. Twitch. That's what it is. That's another energy harvesting situation too. That's how Castanot got famous.
Yeah, doing all that crazy stuff.
But he was energy harvesting. You know how many eyes was on him? You know how much energy that is? Yeah, no, this nigga he be having millions at a time. I'd be like,
did you remember New York? When he went out to New York a couple years ago, and it was millions of people out there in Times Square. They had to shut Times Square down. They was pissed that he came down there. They was pissed off that he was in Times Square because it was so many people. He couldn't even do what he was supposed to do. But have you noticed the shift?
Oh yeah. So, he is not the same. He don't even look the same.
No, because we're with the elites now.
Yeah, he don't even look the same. He done made it. He done made an agreement.
Yeah, he done made that agreement.
He made an agreement.
He's been on his show too many times. They real cool.
Yep. But you know, even when he said, I'm the new Diddy. That right there, he was like, I'm the new Diddy. It was in one of his streams, he was like, I'm the new Diddy. They tell you certain things. That's how they clue you in on certain shit that they've been doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They have to tell you so that it's like, that's in the rule book. They have to tell you so that
gotta tell you
it's not a surprise.
Yep, they gotta put it in your face. Crazy. So they can't say they didn't say nothing or they didn't tell you or it wasn't so that's wild.
And that's another energy harvesting another way, because people are going to be in an uproar. People are going to spend the energy trying to find out, and then when it comes out, it's like, I told you. It's going to be all over again. That's why when they bring stuff up from like the past, I'm like, why did y'all dig this up from 2009?
Yeah.
Why
definitely because they definitely on his, and that's the thing too, like what people don't realize is that even when you're doing things like looking up somebody's name, you're giving them energy. You're giving them a piece of your energy. So with people just looking up people just to be nosy about stuff, you're giving energy to them, their situation, all of that stuff. So yeah, be careful. That's why they say be careful what you pay attention to.
Careful what you pay attention to, because it will become what you bring into your own life.
What you bring into your own reality. So all right, sis. Well, I think that's a good warning to end the episode with. Make sure you pay attention. Y'all know we leave y'all with little nuggets and stuff. But I had fun, sis. This was cool. This, just shooting the shit and really just having conversation and just,
right.
Having fun. I love it. Yes, ma'am. So that's gonna be it for this episode, you guys. We will see y'all next week in the next episode. If you guys have any topic suggestions that you want to see us talk about, want to hear our perspective on, definitely drop them in the comments. But until next time, bye.